Abyssal City is the map. There you see the load screen. I am to live and die. Daywalkers right now. Although I don't, you know what? On the weekends, like on a Saturday, I don't think we have to worry about how late or early a tournament is, especially for people in Korea, because I think they're going to play at any times on the weekend anyways. But what would a Korean player why would a Korean player want to play in a tournament that I designate as a NAEU tournament? Like, would they even care? I don't know. I don't know if you guys noticed this also, but you have to hit F10 to see the message log. It's kind of weird. So yeah, anyways, left-hand side of the map we have a red Terran by the name of Legend. Right side of the map we have a purple Protoss Immortal, and again at the top of the screen the names are reversed. F11 is also the message I'm being told. That's awesome. I learning something new every time I play this game. This is the rematch of Saturday night's final. People remember this stuff. This is amazing. But yes, this is the rematch of Saturday night's final. And you guys missed it. If you guys weren't here to watch those series, you can go to my YouTube channel and watch it right now. And see what happened, because it was a best of 3 that went all 3 games. Agent Fatality was my co-caster. Thank you to him. He and I casted 14 games on Saturday. They're all on YouTube right now. That's right, my lovely co-caster, Agent Fatality. He was sporting that, you know, sexy voice of his. And his sexy cranium knowledge. Alright, we don't have a gas yet for Mr. Legend, but we do have a probe that's kind of being annoying here by attacking some buildings and whatnot at the top of the ramp. And meanwhile, in the base of Immortality, we have a cybernetics core going down. He does have a gas, and is chronoing out some probes. What is Legend going to do? He's at 19 supply and doesn't have a command center down just yet. He does have a Marine sitting in front of his natural. Here comes the SCV right now. It's not going to be making a command center. It's going to go scouting across the map. By the way, guys, I have a cat in my lap, so if I say some things or whatever back here, you'll know what's going on. I might kick it off my lap. So SCV is on its way across the map. I don't know what's going on here. Legend does not have a gas. He does not have a command center down, and he's moving an SCV across the map. And he just has 3 Marines sitting here in front of his natural. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's going to go like 6 billion racks. The probe gets in, and it sees all the 5 racks. What did he do? He let the door down and let the probe in. Oh my gosh! Now Immortality. Oh. Metagame is going on. The command center goes down, and he's going to keep. Oh, he's going to build 2 command centers instead of the 5 racks. So we have the whole metagame thing going on here. I think Immortality is. I think Immortality is good enough to know that Legend is capable of doing that. So I don't think Immortality is going to change anything. At least I would hope not. He is going to put down a Nexus. The SCV is here to see it too. So, interesting. 2 more bears going down here for Legend. Second gas going down now for the Protoss, and we have 3 gates so far for the Protoss. He did get an expansion down, and remember that was after the gate. And he is getting at a robotics facility. Interesting. Get some music going here in the background, get some ambience going to help me talk through this game. Sounds a lot better when there's some other noises going on instead of just the regular game sounds. Right? That's right. It's just talking to my cat, that's all. I was doing that. I was doing that early on Saturday night at one point. And I was telling my cat to get away. I was on air doing it. It was pretty funny. All right, these Marines are out in the middle of the map trying to attack these 3 stalkers. And even if the Marines stood on each other's heads, they still wouldn't be as tall as a stalker at all. Oh boy! So here we go. Back into the bunkers they go. These stalkers are going to be under fire. Oh, they kind of walked a little bit too far. Where are these command centers going to go? One's going to go to the natural. Where is this one going to go? We're going to find out shortly, you would think. And Nexus does go down at the Protoss 3rd base. What is the Protoss going to do after that? We don't know. We're going to find out. He does not have any other tech structures down. Remember, the Robo was the only thing he put down. Did he make a observer? Let's look at the unit tab. No observer yet for the Protoss, so just an immortal down right away. I hear paranormal activity going on the other side of the call. That's perfectly fine. Marine comes down here over to the 3rd base area where he would put the 3rd base down. Just to make sure that there's no proxy anything, and he's going to scout the whole way across the bottom, the lower part of this map. Meanwhile, we have a kind of a proxy pylon, forward pylon. Ooh, sorry, my productions tabs were not up. We have a kind of a proxy forward pylon here at the top of this map.
I apologize for that.
That's all right. We decided to go ahead and go since you took so long.
Yeah,
so,
no problem.
So
no problem.
Just be quiet, or just turn my stream on, and you can, you know, cast from the stream or something like that.
All right.
All right. Awesome. We have both. We have all 4 gases at the Protoss, in the Protoss bases so far, especially at his main and his natural. He is taking down the rocks into his natural. This is Abyssal City, by the way, and the Terran did make 2 command centers, has not floated his 3rd command center just yet. The Protoss went 3-gate Robo off the expand, and finally has 2 forges down in his main base, and no other tech whatsoever. He does not have a Twilight Council. He does not have Templar Archives. Let's see what he's making here. There goes the Twilight Council just now. He's on 5 gates as we speak. Terran, meanwhile, in his main base, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 racks. He's building a factory, which can only mean he's making a starport.
Yeah, sorry, there's a commercial going on your stream.
That's fine. Okay, a ground weapons level 1 and armor level 1 are going down for the Protoss, 1-1 going down for the Terran, and combat shields is being made. The starport is on its way, armory is also on its way for the Terran player. A ground force of Terran units are on their way to the right side of the map. He's going to
I'm feeling really good about the Protoss, or the Terran position right now. I feel like he has enough of an army lead that he could run in and attack that 3rd base, no problem.
Yeah, here we go.
We have a sick 2-pronged attack here.
Yeah, he ran a squadron of them into the mineral line and then kept half of them back. But now they're split completely. And in fact, he's going to take a 2nd squadron into the 3rd mineral line and attack the probes there. The Protoss,
I love this decision.
The Protoss main took out the natural mineral line forces, and now they're coming back here to take out the 3rd squadron of Terran units.
You can see the Protoss supply just plummet while the Terran supply hasn't really dropped at all from the start of that attack.
Right, he killed so many probes. Look at the probe kills. 21 probes were killed in that attack. Only 2 SCVs were killed for immortality so far. Look at the worker count, 59 to 42 now in favor of the Terran.
Yeah, well, see, the weird thing about PvT and PvZ is it actually doesn't matter how many workers you kill, because all you have to do is drag it out until the late game. And if they drag it out until Templar Colossus, it doesn't matter how much damage you did before, or how far ahead you were, or any of that. You just kind of lose the game. So, You really have to hit them hard before that late game Protoss happens.
So the stream chat is saying that, I was mentioning earlier that the Protoss put a pylon at the very top of this map, in fact at the 12 o'clock position, and the consensus in the stream chat was to scout drops.
Yeah, that's really... that's kind of weird. It makes a little bit of sense, because the Protoss main is... or, well, sorry, the Terran main is up there, but the Protoss main isn't. So the Terran, or the Terran has two choices. He can either go through the natural to drop the main, or drop the natural, or he can go on the bottom and drop the main. So I think that's a really weird decision, and on other maps it might be a better decision, but you know, this is a really weird map.
Alright, here we go. The Terran is moving out. He is taking, I don't know, about a 3-to-1 ratio of Marines to Marauders, along with Medevacs, a canopy of Medevacs here across the center of the map, traveling eastbound. They're heading right for the natural. They're not going for the third, they're going for the natural. In fact, they're going to elevate. Oh, nope. He just changes his mind and turns northbound.
We're seeing a great 2-2 timing out of the Terran player right now. He has plenty of medevacs. The Protoss player doesn't have any range on his Colossus, so if he were to snipe that Colossus, it would be great for him. He's coming by the side to snipe that Colossus, and he gets it, which is fantastic. And now the Protoss for sure loses. Well, he doesn't lose the game, but he can't fight it efficiently. I'd love for the Terran player to go down and kill the third base instead of taking these lesser engagements against the Zealot forces of the Protoss.
Alright, that engagement is over. The Terran decides to walk away from the battle. The Protoss held there that time. Do we have... no. Was extended thermal lance research? Oh, it's almost done. It just got done.
It's done now, yeah.
Yep.
I think it's really interesting, because I don't think that attack was anywhere near what Terran wanted. He didn't do almost any damage. He just kind of traded his army for the Protoss army, and on an equal amount of bases, I think that's a really weird decision to make, because the Protoss is always going to have a better unit composition on you. So I don't think he did nearly enough damage. I would like to see a drop or something with that attack next time. It's still winnable, and I'd say Terran might still be ahead, but with the tech of Protoss and the Protoss Death Ball mechanic, I think Protoss is in a very comfortable spot right now.
Alright, the Zealot is going to try to take the Zunlaga Tower, but it's met by 2 Marauders and a Marine, and will die. Meanwhile, another Zealot tried to take the other Zunlaga Tower, and it succeeds. So we have a split, kind of a split vision here by the 2 players. One takes one Zunlaga Tower, the other takes the other one. This, I don't know, proxy pylon gets destroyed because the Terran is expanding outward onto the map now. The Protoss is feeling frisky. He's going to take out the rocks in the middle of the map. With some Zealots, some Sentries, and 2 Colossus are here, and Immortal is here also. So now the pathway in the middle of the map is now open, thanks to the Protoss.
Well, if the Protoss has decent control, and based upon his previous force fields, I think he does, I think the Protoss should very easily take it if he decides to attack. Terran does have a rather sizable army, but with the amount of splash in that Protoss
there are DTs out in the field, and the Terran army sees them.
I don't know if they'll...
the Ghost is trying to,
well, that's
EMP
horrible.
the DTs.
That's actually horrible for Terran. He just wasted 3 or 4 EMPs on nothing.
Here goes there's 3 DTs marching back home. They were on their way to one of these bases to do a lot of damage to the SCVs, obviously, but the Terran army just happened to be like standing over them at the right time. Legend has like this, I don't know what's going on with Legend with these games. He just happens to know things when things are happening.
I can't imagine that Protoss saw those missed EMPs, because I think if he did, he would immediately have attacked there.
Yeah.
Although he doesn't have that many Templar, so maybe he didn't feel like it was that much of a gain. So, I don't know. I think if he attacks right now, he could easily win the game.
I
He
did
has
not.
a gigantic army.
I didn't even call the the dark shrine going down at all. Like I totally missed that. And and when I saw the DTs, I was surprised about how many there were. There were like 8 of them, just going over here.
Yeah, he morphed in like 8 or 9 Dark Templar.
He did.
I'd like to see him throw down a Templar Archives and start transitioning into High Templar. I think High Templar are a better choice against Terran than DTs, as Terran have skin.
Gosh, we have a huge engagement here in the middle of the map.
Engagement. I'm glad that the Zealots just decided to derp around and not do anything.
Landing the Vikings.
Oh, really, really bad control by the Protoss player. We saw almost no force fields. We saw the Zealots just kind of stop. You know, the Colossus didn't move away from the Vikings, so they died very quickly, and now I think it's very easily in the Terran hands. There's not much that Protoss can do at this point.
If you look at the income's it's not too far off for each other. If you look at the worker count, 63 to 64, so, you know, they're even in that regard. But if you look at the army count, 44 to 104 now in favor of Legend.
Man, it's just crazy how far a Terran can get ahead after a good engagement. I really feel like that's how all the Protoss engagements go. Like, you either win and it's just a smash, or you lose horribly. And it doesn't feel like that in the other matchups. It feels very... It doesn't feel like fights end so quickly and so dramatically, but in this matchup they definitely feel like they end just in favor of one person over the other so hard.
Archons are trying to take the brunt of the punishment here, but they're going to go down. There's too many medevacs here, and they're just going to heal these Marauders like infinitely. Oh, actually, my bad. The Archons do take care of the Terran army. Wow, those Archons were baller Archons.
You can see how amazing Protoss units are, but unfortunately, it's not going to be enough.
And now the Charged Zealots are chasing down these SCVs as fast as they can.
Maybe it will be enough. You never know. Protoss is a good race, man. But you see that Protoss has like no production.
None.
I think this is one of those weird situations that you see in ZBT sometimes at this level as well, where there's a huge gas bank and there's very little units, so I think if he just threw down a ton of Templar, he might have the ability to win. I say might because you see that the Terran is at least a base up on him. Although, whoa, he lost his third. Was that to DTs? Or did he float it somewhere?
I do. Yeah, here's a command center right here. Maybe is that the one he floated over? I doubt it.
There are a lot of minerals there. I can't imagine that he let that die.
Yeah, weird.
Or that he moved it somewhere.
Yeah. If that happened, I totally missed it. Oh, here comes some more DTs that were warped in. He's warping them in at this bottom right pylon that he has down here at what would be his 4th base. And
yeah, and you saw that barracks explode, so I think it had to have been DTs.
Yep. DTs are now attacking the Terran 5th base, and they're doing major damage here. If you look at the worker kill count, it's 39 to 21 in favor of the Protoss now, so I think you're right. There were DTs in that base that killed off a lot of SCVs in that bottom left base.
I love that pull away. That pull away from the Protoss with the DTs so they didn't die was a phenomenal decision.
Pause. Oh, we have a pause from Mr. Legend.
Oh,
always nice.
I wonder what's going on. I'm delayed, so I have no idea if they're saying anything. Lag?
He's saying that his minimap is messed up.
I don't know how your minimap gets messed up. How's it? Ask him how it's messed up.
You can just hit a couple of the buttons on there, and it'll change it back to seeing the terrain.
His minimap's black? What the heck?
Yeah, you can actually hit that middle button and turn your you can't see the terrain.
Oh, all right. Hey, do you want to tell him that in game, or I'll message
I can't. We can't chat with them. You know, it's their game. You know.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. It's not up to us to tell these players, you know, when the game is over and what to do in the game.
No. I'm just gonna tell him to hit the button so that he can
No,
turn his menu map back. You can't do
no,
that?
no, you can't do that. They're in the middle of a game. Tell them after the game.
He can't play like that, dude.
It's not our fault. Okay? It's not up to us to tell the players, hey, you just screwed yourself in a game. All right? That's the same as cheating.
What? How is it cheating, dude?
Trust me, it is. I'm not going to explain it.
All right.
Yeah, they're the ones playing the tournament. If they're having trouble with the game, it's not our fault. It's not up to us to say, hold on, we're going to fix this for you. It's not ethical.
Okay.
Game resumed.
All right, the game is unpaused. Basically, the theory here is that we're just observers. We're not actually, you know, part of the game, and we're not actually going to influence the game either way.
All right.
Yes, there were more DTs on the map. In fact, they were just killed, I believe, or moved away from him or something like that. Anyways, he's taken a small squadron of Terran units here. A Ghost is with this squadron. He has two Marauders and 4 Marines, and they are stemming down to this. Oh, they stem down to this pylon. Okay, so we found the pylon that the DTs were being warped into, and 2 DTs were warped into at that location and were taken out immediately.
Oh, we're gonna see nukes. I've actually only seen these in a few pro games. This is gonna be really interesting.
Yes, there we go. The nuke is being made in the Ghost Academy as we speak, and as soon as he gets his Ghost spread out, he will be able to launch some nukes. The Terran player, that is.
Yeah, and now you're seeing what I was talking about earlier, where Protoss, like, if you don't kill them early, they just end up winning the game, because they just get Archon, Zealot, Colossus, and then you die, and then it's very sad, and everyone cries. I dislike Protoss a lot.
The stream chat's going crazy now.
What, now that I said that?
Saga's like, I feel like you're trolling and he's laughing so hard.
Saga, I think you play Protoss, right? Or do you play Terran? I don't remember. You play one of them. I don't think you play Zerg. And I'm not trolling. Protoss actually just wins games because they have splash damage and all their units are free and never die, so... whatever. But I hope Terran wins for the sake of my, like, sanity. But he's not going to. He's just going to make an attack and then Protoss is going to win. Or Protoss is going to attack and he's going to win. I don't care that Terran has like 5 ghosts in production at all times.
I don't know. This line of Protoss units, it looks really funny, I guess, to me. It's like it looks more like a Terran army line than it does a Protoss army line, because normally you see a Protoss in a ball and not spread out like this. He's basically like covering the ramp, you know. This is what he's doing. These DTs were warped in. They went into this base down here, but there was a mass repair on the command center, and the DTs couldn't do any damage. They're going to just huddle over here and them too, and take a break until they can attack again. Meanwhile, the Terran is gathering a force of units in the middle of the map, while the Protoss gathers his line of units at his right in front of his natural area. This game has progressed past the point where their natural and main base are mining. There's nothing going on in their main and natural at all anymore. Their bases are out in the map now, which need to be protected, and that's where the focus of this game is going to go now that we're past the 30-minute mark.
Yeah, I'd like to see drops or something, because otherwise Terran is just gonna lose the game. He's probably gonna lose anyways, but
Alright, a nuke
I don't know.
is going down at the top base of the Protoss, and it does fall. It does not kill anything because the Protoss moved his probes away just in time. So I don't know about that nuke there. That was interesting placement for the nuke. Legend, I don't know what he's doing. I think he wants a reaction out of the Protoss so he knows where to go. He's going to get it right now. In fact, the Protoss is going to flank this Terran army right in the middle of the map.
And here's what I was talking about. You have basically a ton of splash by Protoss, and you then have Zealots that kill everything, and then you lose the game.
Oh my goodness, there were ghosts. Oh. There were ghosts that were behind the army trying to do damage, and this Colossus and Archons just wiped them out.
Yeah, if you don't
all
kill
that.
Protoss, like, at the 3 base point, you actually just lose. You can't win. Well, I mean, unless you play Zerg and get Broodlord and Fester, but you only win if they're bad.
I think what they're laughing at in the stream chat is how matter-of-factly you say things, like you just... It's just like dead set in your theories here about the races.
Dude,
it's
they're
pretty
not,
funny.
Well, I don't know. I don't think a Protoss should lose once they get on 4 base. Maybe in wings they sometimes lose, but not in HOTS. In HOTS they just make air and then carriers win the game. Carriers and Templar and what is it? What's the thing that shoots all the way across the map and kills everything in one shot? The Tempest? Yeah, there we go, Tempest. That guy. So you just the thing about the Tempest, here's my problem with the Tempest. The Tempest only costs 4 supply, which is ridiculous. It needs to cost more than that. But who am I to question David Kim and Dustin Browder? I'm sure they have all the knowledge as to what they're doing, as we can see by the last 6 months of all ZVZ finals. So, Zerg is literally easy mode in StarCraft 2. Huh. Well, Monkey disagrees with me very much. Monkey thinks Zerg is the easiest race in StarCraft 2, and I would have to say that it's probably Protoss. Well, okay, here's what I think about Protoss. Protoss has the lowest skill floor, or the highest skill floor, so they can always play well in lower by being bad, but then they don't have the highest skill cap, so it's hard to be really good at them. But enough about my QQ, and more about Immortality's Pew Pew with his Colossus. In the bottom left, we have Immortality, and in the top right, we have FG Legend.
That's right. In the bottom left, we have our Purple Immortality Protoss player, champion from last Thursday night and last Saturday night.
I think just because this map always ends up like this, we're going to see an Immortal Sentry all-in, because hashtag YOLO swag, gotta play like Parting. So, I don't know, we'll see. No, I don't think he'll do that. I think he'll go Gateway Expand into win the game with Colossus and Archons.
Okay, so here's a question. I like to ask myself this when I go into a matchup, especially in a non-mirror matchup like we have here. Is it more important for the Terran to react in this matchup, or is it more important for the Protoss to react in this matchup?
Protoss doesn't have to react. Almost every Protoss build... Well, okay. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for saying this, but most Protoss builds, it's not about making decisions in-game. It's about the decisions that you make outside of the game, based on what you're going to do, like when you get upgrades, doing all of these different things. Because Protoss is about... You never pick... to do something in a game as Protoss that you wouldn't already have done before the game. Like, you have Phoenix openings, you have Robo openings, you have, Blink openings, you have all of these different things. So basically what you're doing in-game is just doing whatever you set out to do before the game. Whereas Terran is a little different. Terran has to decide, that's if you're playing macro or all-in as Protoss. Terran has to decide when to attack and what to do to know how to punish Protoss. So Terran has to decide, when do I attack with my 2-2? When do I do all of these different things? Do I attack with ghosts? When can I punish his third base if he takes the third base? Whatever else it is. That's not the same with Protoss, so I think it's more important for Terran to do it.
So before the probe dies, the Protoss drops a pylon in the main of the Terran, which is, why not? Why not just be a little funny with the antics. Okay, so Protoss base, nothing going on here. We have one gas, we have a gateway, and we have a cybernetics core that is, we are chronoming out a little bit of warp gate technology. A command center goes down in the main base of the Terran player. Oh, I see it. Zealot is going to hang out inside the natural and probably cause a little bit of trouble for the Terran player, which is, smart. He does bring another Zealot here into the natural. What are these Zealots going to do? We're going to find out here shortly, you would think.
I wonder what Terran's going to do in this game. I would hope... Well, no, you don't do 1-1-1 off of 2 bases.
No. Well, I mean, you can still do a 1-1-1. You can just build your factory in your starport right after your command center.
Yeah, you just don't do the 1-1-1 all-in, which I'd like to see, but... I remember when Puma won absolutely everything with this. Okay, so you see right now, Protoss is throwing down his Robo after seeing basically nothing. Like, he chose before the game to make this Robo. He didn't, see the CC or anything, and then decide to build a Robo because that's what in CC. Is going to be the Robo or whatever and decide, okay, I'm going to hit a timing, or I'm going to make Vikings, or whatever he chooses to do.
Okay, you just lagged. You're lagging, by the way?
But Protoss isn't going to make any in-game decisions. They're just...
Can you hear me?
Back in macro and then win the game. By the way. So did the game.
Sir?
Am I the one lagging?
Yeah, you're the one lagging. Do you just want to leave?
It won't let me leave the game. It won't let me. It doesn't pop up with the waiting server thing. It pops up with the
and
like
you're...
if I was going to see someone else.
I'm going to call you. Alright?
Alright, there we go.
Because the call is really breaking up. Okay?
Alright, you do that. Alright, there we go.
Alright.
I think I'm good.
Alright, yeah. As soon as you disconnected, like, everything went back to normal.
Alright, cool.
Alright, so we still have this 2 Zealots, 1 Stalker attack at the front of the Terran base. The Terran only has Marines to defend against this, and guess what? He did make a factory, and he did make a starport behind this racks. He's going to put his starport on a tech lab, so it looks like Banshee's coming.
I love the decision to go Banshees here. I'm not sure how well it's going to work, because Protoss opened with Robo, so... I don't know. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I didn't see... Did the Protoss build an observer first, and how many observers is he building?
He does not have an observer on the field at all right now.
Is he building one or not?
He's not. He's not building one currently. But the Terran did put down another command center behind this, so he only built 3 production facilities. He's going to have 2 command centers to float anywhere he wants. Once that's done.
Okay, this Banshee is going to do a ridiculous amount of damage because Protoss decided to skip the he decided to skip the Observer, which is a terrible decision, in my opinion.
Yeah, in fact, the Protoss is going fast Colossus. He already has a robotics bay down, so he's going to go for a Colossus right now after that Stalker and 2 Zealots. So he's going to have a Stalker and 2 Zealots on the map, and then a Colossus is coming right now.
Legend is in a very awkward position where if he doesn't do damage with his Banshees, he's absolutely 100% going to lose the game because he doesn't even have his natural right now, and Protoss has been mining off of his natural for a long time. If he does do damage, which is entirely possible, because Protoss forgot his Observer, then he is still in it. But it's all going to come down to these Banshees.
Oh my goodness, the Banshee can attack the Colossus if it wanted to right now, but he doesn't. In fact, he's going for the mineral line instead of the Colossus.
Yeah, he needs to kill probes. He needs to just go straight, kill all the probes he can.
Alright, well, we're up to 10. There's 11. And the Observer does come out, by the way, and the Stalkers were able to kill the Banshee. He does have 5 Stalkers on the field with this Colossus. He's going to transfer some probes over to his natural, and that's where we are at. Immortality says he hates Banshees.
I think he might have done enough damage.
Yeah, we're up to 14 workers killed now, and this Banshee, the second Banshee, is now hovering in the middle of space.
I think we've seen enough damage where if he does a sick 2-base mech all in, he has a very good chance of winning the game.
He is making a Thor. A Thor is made, actually. It's marking down the ramp right now. So there is one Thor out. He does have quite a few Marines here in his natural also. He's building 2 bunkers in front of his natural. This third command center hasn't floated anywhere yet. It is a oral command, so he can make mules.
Immortality's strength does not seem to be, defending harassment. Oh my god, he's losing so many probes. Are we up to, like, 18 now?
20. It just hit 20. I don't know where the Observer went. I have no idea where the Observer went at all. I mean, I guess he's bringing...
And now he sends one into the main, and this is going to go on forever. I think Immortality is just going to lose to Banshees. He might try and do some sick attack.
That Banshee was killed in the main, by the way. This Banshee does not have any energy to cloak anymore, the one that's over the natural, so it's going to stay away, probably.
How many workers have we seen killed this entire game?
23-0.
Yeah, okay, that's definitely enough damage to compensate for the lack of CC. Oh, well, not the lack of CC, but lack of expansion early on from Terran. We see a gigantic supply lead of about 27 supply in favor of Frozen Legend.
Oh, Legends is going to go. He has to go.
Oh, he has to leave?
He has to leave.
And with that, Immortality will probably go on to win another tournament. We'll see. I don't know who's his opponent going to be in the finals. Did Monkey win or did Imba Coaching win?
I'm going to find out right now.
Imba Coaching won.
Yeah, well, this is going to be good then. I'm actually excited to see this matchup.
I think Imba Coaching will win it convincingly. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Immortality asked me what to report that win is, and that's a forfeit. Legend left in the middle of a game, and that's definitely a forfeit. Oh, actually, it's a win. I'm sorry, because he left in the middle of a game and said he had to go, and they were both in game, so it's a win.
Yep. And it was past the 10-minute mark. So
yeah, well, I mean, yeah, and a forfeit is when you actually don't play the game.
That was a good series. Well, I don't know. I don't like ZVT or PVT. I don't like Protoss versus anything. So I don't know. We'll see. I hope that we see a sick finals, though. It should be amazing.
So I'm willing to bet that when you're in a game is when you start to lag, especially since you're using Skype.
It only happened the one time, so I don't know. We'll see.
will be free to live out its miserable span of existence as one of my satellites. And that's how it's going to be.
It flags but I don't. It shouldn't lag again. At least I hope it.
Alright, I am To Live and Die. I'm being joined here by Bonsai Gaming's The Giant Gnome. And we are going into the finals. The developments that just happened was that Legend had to go, and therefore gives Immortality the win in the tournament. And we'll be facing Imba Coaching in the final. So we're going to have... Excuse me? You're skipping out again.
Don't hear me or not? Alright, I'm cutting out. My internet's freaking out.
Alright, the Giant Gnome has left again. Just to give credit to the background music, it is Pandora Radio. The station is called House. Currently, right now, we are listening to a song that's called More Ghosts and Stuff by Deadmau. Or Deadmau5, I guess, with the number 5 being the S. We'll skip that song for now. This is Glitter by... Never mind. The song is called Glitter. Alright, we'll get going here. And as soon as the Giant Gnome gets back into... Ace Fatality is... correcting me here. Alright, finals time, guys. Here we go, the finals of DayWalker's final Wings of Liberty tournament. And you know what, I shouldn't say that so definitively because it might not be true. Like, I might get petitioned into holding another Wings of Liberty tournament, or even cast another Wings of Liberty replay in the future. But as far as I'm concerned, this is going to be it. And guess what we have here? We have a 2-time champ in Immortality against a 2-time champ in Imba Coaching in the finals of DayWalker for this Monday night, March 11th. And when I say March 11th, I mean March 11th. Like, we are hours away from HOTS being released. So we are just hours away from HOTS, and we have a final in our DayWalker tournament tonight. And it's a quick tournament because it is 20 of 11 almost. And yeah, it's going to be a great final here. I should ask these players if they want to go best of 5. Let me see if they want to go best of 5. Alright, we have an agreement. We have an agreement that we can go at best of 5 for this final, guys. So we're in for at least 3 games more tonight. Alright, sweet. I will make sure and change the brackets. Let's introduce the players right now. Remember, Imba Coaching does play Zerg in these tournaments, and he is in the bottom left. He is orange. Upper right, we have Immortality. He is purple. He is going for a... There's a pylon down already. His probe is in the main base of the Zerg player. Does not see a pool just yet. He's probably going to go try and block the hatchery. Oh no, the pool goes down. Alright, he's not going to try for a hatchery. He's just going to go for a pool right away. The Zerg is... Did you see that surround by the drones? They didn't take very long in killing that probe off whatsoever. that was a fast kill on the probe. Alright, back home for the Protoss, we have a forge going down. This Overlord's going to come in here and see this any minute. And now the other probe, his second probe, is coming down into the natural, gonna mine some minerals. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? That's the question. Alright, so Nexus goes down after Forge. Meanwhile, I'm going to change the bracket and make sure that says a best of 5 when they go report it. Get some music going here. Get some ambience going. Let's change my options and get some ambient right here. There we go. Make it sound a little better while I'm talking, so it's not so quiet. My goodness. Alright. Protoss base looks like this. There you see it. No. A gateway goes down in the wall, as well as a pylon, and a photon cannon goes behind that. The Zerg did expand. The hatchery's almost done. Very interesting stuff going on here. Two Zerglings are chasing a probe northbound toward the third, what would be the third base of the, ooh, that's not good, there we go. And they're gonna chase into the cannon. Ah, and they both get killed by the cannon. Third base goes down for the Zerg player. He is making 4 more Zerglings also. Cybernetics score finally goes down for the Protoss. Having a hard time talking. So who's staying up to get the hots tonight, huh? Who's staying up? Anybody? I'm not. I gotta get to sleep sometime tonight. So I'll be logging on the hots tomorrow and finding out what's going on. All that good stuff. I might even play a match and just get placed. Or play my 5 matches and get plays. I don't know. It's gonna be a cool day tomorrow to see what happens. I don't know if you guys are up to date on what happened with SimCity, but SimCity 5 came out last week or the week before or whenever it came out, and let me tell you guys, they are having issues with that game. The servers went, like, the servers couldn't handle the amount of traffic that were on it, and in fact it was so bad that Amazon took SimCity 5 off their site. That's how bad it was. Alright, these Zerglings are being killed by this stalker in the middle of the map. Going up the ramp and around. They're going to just scout some more to see what the Protoss is up to. Almost gets further into the base than the other two did, but not. What's going down right here? That is a robotics facility going down right in the middle of the natural. In the main base of the Protoss, we have 1, 2, 3 gateways going down. So he's going to be on 4 gates in a robotics facility. Zerg has had a pool down in his main. There it is. Does not have any other tech structures whatsoever. He has a queen in his natural, a queen in his main. He does not have any other queens out. So as you notice, the creep spread is non-existent for the Zerg at the moment. This stalker is just scouting around the base right now. It's just doing his job and just moving around and seeing what's going on. Very excited to see what happens in this series, guys. It's now a best of 5. A lot of Zerglings are out on the map. This stalker is going to be dead. Speed is not done just yet, so this stalker can get away for the time being. As soon as speed is done, though, that stalker will die. That is, if the stalker doesn't get to his home base before speed gets done. And speed is done. Alright, that stalker should die now. Oh, look at this. He just gets back into on top of the ramp in the presence of 4 sentries and an immortal, and the Zerglings had to run away. That stalker was sure dead if it didn't get back there in time. Oh, okay. I see what's going on here at the top of the map. The Zerg is spreading creep at the top of the map up here. Do you see this? He took a queen up here to the top of the map and is spreading creep. I don't even know if this. Let's see if this Protoss knows about this. No, he does not. He has not scouted this creep, like any creep tumors here at the north part of this map. That's kind of weird. Interesting play by the Zerg player to spread creep here. And look at this. He's going to put a wall of spine crawlers up here at the top of the map. I hope everyone's seeing this. This is going to be an interesting replay to watch then, guys, because yeah, you're seeing 5 spine crawlers in essence making a wall, making a boundary, you know, that the Protoss is not going to be able to go through this area. The escape route is being blocked, I guess, is what you can say here by that area. And look at this. And now all of a sudden the Protoss can see this creep right here, the vision of this creep here. Here comes the spine crawler forest encroaching on the third base of the Protoss. This is the first time I'm seeing this. This is a great play from the Zerg player, and these spine crawlers are going to do much damage to this base. He has to bring his roaches into the protection of the spine crawlers. One spine crawler goes down. He's down to 4 spine crawlers. 5 roaches are here to try to do damage. Let's get some hit points on here. Look at the worker kills. 53 units have been killed by the Protoss. Only 1 to 2 worker kills so far in this spine crawler play by the Zerg player that we have here. What is the Zerg doing? He's using his spine crawlers to attack this army. These Colossus and Stalkers are here to decimate that Zerg army that the Zerg spine crawler forest rush on the third base of the Protoss. Here we go. Roaches are marching into the third base yet again. This Protoss army was caught out of position here. He is backwards to his base. Looks like the Protoss is going to have enough here. These Zealots are doing a lot of work on these roaches, and all of the roaches go down. The entire Zerg army does go down here. And the Zerg had his rally points set to the base, but now he has to run back with his Zerglings. My goodness, that's some good play we had here so far in this game, and this is only game 1. 4 bases up and running here for the Zerg player. 3 bases up and running for the Protoss. This creep is still here. These tumors are still alive. Alright, lots more gateways going down. 1, 2, 3, 4 more gateways going down. He already had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gateways, and now a lot more going down. Colossus are being made by the bundles. He has 1, 2, 3 Colossus out in the field right now with a lot of Stalkers and Zealots, and some sentries thrown in there also. Notice the wall here by the Protoss. He built a wall here in front of this Nexus, and so that the Zerg player cannot get in this way. And whoa! Zerglings coming into the third base to poke in to see what's going on. And now that the Protoss has a observer, he can kill all of this creep. There's still more right there. There's 2. Okay, the Zerg is positioning his army because he knows where the Protoss army is, and it's down here below the natural. And in he goes. He says, "Okay, I can't wait anymore. That Protoss army is getting back here," and he decides to pull back and not attack the natural. What's the Zerg going to do? What's the Zerg going to do is the question. Roaches and Zerglings is his composition so far. What's he getting back home here? He's getting Corruptors. He's getting a Bailey Nest. Oh, the Protoss army moved down here to the south, and it gave room for the Zerg to attack the third base. Into the third base they go. The Zerglings, Roaches, everything's here. The Protoss is going to go up the ramp and blink into the army of the Zerg player. The Zerg has to run away. The Immortality showing some great play here. Look at the supplies, 187 to 168 right now. Protoss is taking out all the creep around the map as much as he can. The creep is getting spread out from the main base of the Zerg pretty good now. It has reached halfway point, at least on the map. Or thereabouts. This Protoss army is large, isn't it? He's going to go around the long way too. Look at this. He's going to go up this ramp. He's going to probably go around this long way into this Zerg 4th base. Here he comes. Oh, pulls back, gets his entire Protoss force into a nice tight ball. Stalkers galore. Remember, these Stalkers have blink. Splits his army a little bit there. He has to attack these Corruptors because they're going to attack the Colossus. Roaches on the ground. Nice force fields to keep the Roaches out for now. Infestors are here also. Oh, there's some fungals on the... Wow, those Colossus just disappeared. Did you see that? The Corruptors just annihilated those Colossus. And does he have enough Stalkers here to take care of these Roaches is the question. These Corruptors are in the wrong place. They're going to get attacked if they're not careful. Zerglings try to run in and attack the Stalkers, and man, Immortality showing some good form against Imba coaching here. Imba coaching, what are you going to do? You have Corruptors on the field, you have Zerglings and Infestors. I believe you're trying to go into Brewlord production after this, correct, sir? If I'm not correct. Okay, Baneling production underway right now. 42 Banelings being morphed in as we speak. Roaches being morphed in also. Hive is being made. What's the Zerg going to do now, guys? Help me out here. Banelings, Zerglings. No Roaches? Okay, there's a couple Roaches there. These two Zerglings are trying to pick at the Zealots that are trailing behind. They're not as fast as the Stalkers. Man, what a game, guys. What a first game on Cloud Kingdom. This is a large Zerg army now. We have 181 supply to 144. He is morphing in even more Banelings as we speak, 25 right now. Meanwhile, the Protoss army is back here at the 3rd, going to try to protect the 3rd base, and he has to protect his 4th base also. He's going to be mined out of his natural. Okay, he still has minerals on his natural, so he's not worried about that. But his main is mined out. The Zerg main is getting mined out. The Zerg natural is getting low too. The 3rd base is looking pretty good, and of course this 4th base definitely looking good. All right, Zerg army is going into the 4th base of the Protoss. Can it kill the Nexus? No, it does not kill the Nexus, but it's going to attack right into these Stalkers and Colossus with his Banelings and Zerglings. And I think this Zerg army can take out this Protoss army. The Corruptors get here a little late. I think the Colossus actually died. Oh no, Probes! Hello, Probes. Probes came out here in the middle of the map, and they all died. Okay, Protoss Stalkers moving out into the middle of the map. What are they up to? No one knows. But these Zerglings can definitely take care of these Stalkers. Stalkers lead away. There we go. Blink out of the harm of the Zerglings. And I don't know. I think Immortality is going to die here. Oh my gosh, his entire army is going to die. 80 supply now, 76 in plummeting. We do have Dark Templars out on the field, and they're attacking these Zerglings that are trying to break through this wall. Remember, this is a wall. The Zerg cannot get into this area of the map, and GG from Immortality. If anyone wants to come on and co-cast with me, that would be great. Meanwhile, we're going to have a map from Immortality. What? He's saying he had 505 APM. Look at that. Look at that. You see the graphic here. I'm going to put it up. There we go. There's the 505 APM that Imba Coaching had during that game. Meanwhile, Immortality had 226. There's a graph. Imba coaching really did not fall behind past the what is that? The we'll say it's the 320-second mark, and which is about almost 6 minutes into the game. Imba coaching never dropped behind the Protoss as far as army value.
A shot in the dark, apart.
I am To Live and Die. This is DayWalker. This is the finals, guys. This is Entombed Valley. You guys might know this map from the ladder. Obviously, this is not a map you see very often in DayWalker tournament, but there are some players that like to see this map every once in a while. Anyways, Imba coaching is definitely joking around here a little bit. The Protoss is mining, the Zerg is mining, everybody's mining, it's okay. This pool did go down in the main base. Let these players chat a little bit to each other. Check out some Mineral Line EPM and look at some POVs just for a second. Alright, let's check out the production tab as I come back from eating a little bit and drinking a little bit. Anyways, we have a Roach Warren that went down in the Protoss side of things. And he is purple, by the way. Immortality is up here in the upper left. Bottom left, we have Imba Coaching, who is an orange Zerg. He's going Roach, and the Protoss went, the good old fast expand. We do have unbuildable rocks at the bottom of the ramp, by the way. Gateway is down, photon cannon is down, so your typical... Oh, I see what happened here. The Zerg built a hatchery in the Protoss base, main base, in the southern part of this base. Must have snuck a drone in here and got the base, got the hatchery up. It's very, very, very rare that you see a hatchery that goes down inside a Protoss base like this, and it was able to complete. There are eggs even inside this base, larvae inside the base, and they will be made into roaches. So 2 roaches being made here inside the Protoss base. So very interesting play again here by Imba Coaching, keeping this Protoss on his toes. I've always thought that a proxy hatch is a viable option in a fast expanding Protoss in these types of games, and Imbokochen has pulled it off very well here. A queen is out, 2 roaches here are out. They're going to be able to defend anything that the Protoss can throw at it right now, and this queen has range down on this base from on top of the cliff. This might be a very quick game if the Protoss can't handle this. We're up to 3 workers killed now by Imbokochen. 5 roaches are here in this base. That's a deadly force when you're talking about only probes that are attacking these roaches, and 1 zealot is in this group. The hatch rate finally goes down, but man, look, you can do a control R. 11 workers killed by Imbokochen. Oh, this has to be feeling very bad here for the Protoss. Protoss is getting a little bit humiliated here in these games, at least this game. Yeah, these roaches are going to do havoc in this main base. 2 probes are up here hiding from these roaches. This Nexus is probably, I mean, this is amazing, man. These roaches are just left here to do whatever they want. 2 gateways are going down in the natural for the Protoss player. A Stalker is now made and a Zealot. So if he can micro these Stalker and Zealot good enough, he might be able to just hold on here. I gotta tell you, the roaches though, man, this is no joke when you have 5 roaches in your main base attacking your Nexus like this. No joke right here. Let's get some music going here if Blizzard would be so kind. The Protoss has to be wondering what in the world's going on. He has 5 roaches in his main base. His main is completely gone. Like, the only thing he has left is an assimilator. Oh, man. Alright, let's look what the Zerg is doing back home. He's getting speed. Remember, he had his pool and his roach warren, obviously, in his main base. He's getting lair right now, and he's putting down the evolution chamber at his natural node tech buildings in his natural, and he's getting a 3rd base up right now. This Zerg is going to be on 3 bases to 1 here in a little bit. Alright, we have enough Stalkers here to take care of those roaches. And finally the last roach goes down. The Protoss needs to put a Nexus in his main ASAP and get probes mining from it right away. He cannot wait. He's going to have to come up here and kill these creep tumors in order to do that, though. Alright, counterattack here from the Zerg. The Protoss needs to counterattack to do some damage, so that's what he's going to do. He's going to come down here. He already has a forward pylon. He has about, what is that, 8 Stalkers here and 3 Zealots coming into the natural of the Zerg player. And the attack commences. Trying to micro the Stalkers as best he can. A drone pool. 5 workers killed for the Protoss so far. Spine crawler trying to get rooted into the ground. There we go. There are some roaches there that are able to scare off the Stalkers. Roaches are going to take out the, or just attacking the rocks, just for the heck of it. Alright, Immortality trying to make a game of this by using his Stalkers to buy himself time. He came down here to buy himself time so that he can get his macro back up in his main, or get his macro back up anywhere. These roaches, there's enough roaches here to take out these Stalkers, and once that happens, it's going to be game, and there's a G anyways, so Immortality is now down 2-0 in its best of 5.
My father's eyes in a happy home. I was a king, I had to go through. Those days are gone. Now the memories.
Alright, we just had another development. Immortality has to go. So he forfeits to Mr. Imba Coaching, and congratulations to Imba Coaching for winning the DayWalker tournament for Monday night, Wings of Liberty style.
Don't you worry, child. She has got a plan for you. Don't you worry,
So thank you to the players and viewers. Thank you to Giant Gnome for co-casting, and congratulations to Imba Coaching for winning the DayWalker tournament tonight. We had them all tonight. All of the former champions were in this tournament tonight. Monkey, Legend, Immortality. STN was even signed up but couldn't get the game patched in time. So yeah, all of them were here. That was awesome. Monkey was in a tournament tonight. Give a shout out one last time to my stream chatters. Giant Gnome was here. We had Flying Beer Man was here. Age Metality was here. Soy Pop Tart, I believe, was here. Yes, he was here earlier. BBQ Beelzy, FB Saga. Yeah, good times, guys. Good times. Thank you for the fun times as always. As we say farewell to Wings of Liberty, we're going to be on HOTS tomorrow. Please, when you eventually get into HOTS, just join the HOTS group, DayWalker. I'll make sure and get that ASAP.
Don't you worry, child. She has got a plan for you. Don't you worry now.
Alright guys, I am out of here. Great tournament tonight. Good games.